So we have another interesting scenario where someone was the power of attorney for a friend, and now the nursing home says they're going to sue them for the balance. And they want to know what their exposure is. This can be super scary without having the right information. And so we're going to get there in just a minute. But before we do, I'd like you to consider a friend going through a what if scenario, such as this maybe, that creeped up on them and they're a little freaked out about it, but they were more than prepared because you shared this video. We would appreciate it, as will your friend. I'm Valerie Zammitti, an estate planning attorney in New York and New Jersey, and we're here to educate everyone for free. So please drop your questions, and hopefully together we can help some folks along the way. Generally, a power of attorney is only responsible for financial matters during the life of someone who's unable to handle those considerations for themselves. That responsibility does end when the individual passes away. You do not become personally responsible for the debts of that decedent simply by having helped them during their life. However, there are a couple of considerations that you should make. One, if you happen to co-sign for any debt on a personal nature, you personally signed at the nursing home, at the hospital, or what have you, to take care of that debt, then they could hold you liable. If you used the funds in an appropriate manner outside of the scope of the power of attorney, and the institution tried to make that claim and prove that you did, then there could be some open liability there as well. That's less common and unlikely to result in a major issues, but it's a possibility, I guess. And there are some states, I'm going to say this even though you were a friend and doesn't really apply to you, for family members, right, who are powers of attorney or any other responsible role. There are such things, and I've covered this in a video before, as filial laws, right, where they make families responsible for, say, the medical expenses of family members who can't afford it for themselves. These laws, although there's about, I think, 29 states or so that have these laws, they're rarely utilized by the states. Some have never utilized that law whatsoever. And I think there's maybe one in the country that kind of enforces that law on a repeated basis. Again, doesn't apply to friends. It's more of a family-based law to care for their family members. So I think you're in the okay as long as you followed the rules of the power of attorney and did what you were supposed to do and didn't personally co-sign for any debts. The nursing home is just trying to grab at straws, sounds like. We hope you've learned something new today and choose to share. And as always, please take care.